All right. Good. I think about that for a second. Thursday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, want us had a fantastic Thursday. I am your meteorologist, Peterson, and let's go and talk about the weather for your Thursday evening going into your future. We do have some stuff to talk about tonight. Flooding is probably the main concern, as some flash flooding, is on the way to South Carolina. And right now, we're inside of a slight risk at day 5, which is why we have the slight risk here going to today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's Monday. So we could definitely see some flooding on Sunday and Monday. So definitely make sure that you're paying attention for that. But let's go on and talk about tonight's weather first, and then we'll go on and talk about our future weather. If you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button, make sure that you go and also make sure that you go and hit the share button as well. Share with all the people that you know as well. And so we're gonna go on and start this. Turn this down real quick so you don't hear that. All right, let's go and get started. Good Thursday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, you want us had a fantastic Thursday. I'm your meteorologist, Peterson, and let's go and talk about the weather for your Thursday evening going into your future. Now, going on to talk about the weather for tonight. First, looking at your live radar, we do kind of like a storm, or not even a storm, but like a downpour going on over here just to the west of Columbia. We do actually have a storm down here, severe weather. A severe storm with 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail about to go through Rock Hill, South Carolina. So that will be going through next 15 minutes or so, if it has not already. As we scroll our way out, you can check and see what's going on throughout the entire U.S. We have some damage reports inside of North Carolina. We also do have some rain, Tennessee, going all the way up into New England. We also do have some rain going on in Snapchat as well as going on over here inside of South Dakota, Montana, as well as Wyoming, and even Colorado, New Mexico. All of that going on as we go into tonight, as we go on to our cloud cover. Cloud cover right now, we do have some going on in the coastal low country of South Carolina, as well as the PD region looking clear. Upstate looking like up there towards where that severe storm is, up there near Rock Hill. Really is the only region that's receiving some cloud cover. And then the Midlands, Columbia, and where that downpour is going on right now, we just talked about just to the west of Columbia. Going on to our cloud cover for the future as we go on and push through tonight, going into tomorrow morning. You can see that as we go on and push this forward some more, that cloud cover will continue to build as the nighttime progresses and as we continue all the way through into tomorrow afternoon. It's looking like cloud cover will continue to become just more and more widespread throughout the entire state. So cloud cover will for sure be a factor tomorrow. Going into current temperatures right now, 66 in Columbia, 68 in Eastover, 70 in Sumter, as well as 71 in Manning, 70 in Kingstree, as well as 70 inside of Georgetown, 68 in Conway, as well as 71 in Myrtle Beach, 70 in Marion, as well as Dillon, 71 in Florence and Bishopville, 70 in Camden, as well as 64 in Lancaster, 64 in Chester, as well as Union, 64 in Woodruff, as well as 66 in Aiken, 66 in Greenville, as well as Gaffney, and 64 inside of York and Rock Hill. Going into your low temperatures for tonight, 61 in Greenville, 60 in Spartanburg, as well as Rock Hill, 60 in Anderson, 61 in Greenwood, as well as 60 in Lawrence, 64 in Columbia, 63 in Orangeburg, 62 in Walterboro, as well as 69 in Hilton Head Island, 67 in Charleston, 66 in Georgetown, as well as 67 in Myrtle Beach. Going into our forecast precipitation from now, tonight, going all the way into tomorrow night, around a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch for places like Kingstree, Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, as well as Charleston, Hilton Head Island, as well as Walterboro, Barnwell, Orangeburg, as well as Florence and Dillon. Half an inch to an inch for places like Rock Hill, Winsboro, Columbia, Camden, Sherrod, quarter of an inch to a half an inch for places like Spartanburg, Greenville, Anderson, Lawrence, and Greenwood as well. So a lot of areas, a lot of rainfall, and that rainfall will continue to go up as the days progress because flash flooding, like I said earlier, if you weren't here, is on the way. Flooding is on the way. Flash flooding, for that matter, is on the way. And we'll talk about that in just a second. Going on to talk about severe weather. Starting off tonight, Thursday, May the 8th. We do have a slight risk of severe weather that goes all the way down towards Orangeburg, Florence, includes Columbia, Aiken, Rock Hill, Greenville, and Spartanburg. And that goes all the way till 12 o'clock in the morning. All the way until 12 o'clock in the morning. If you go on and continue towards tomorrow, though, tomorrow a bit more of a widespread marginal risk threat that goes from Greenville all the way down towards the coastal region. And then as you go into day 3, which is Saturday, thunderstorms are possible in Aiken as well as Columbia, Myrtle Beach, Charleston, Hilton Head Island, all these regions as well. And they did just update the severe weather. For tonight, here it is right here. Here's the updated one right here, where there is, small chance for a tornado or two to occur, and also, that chance as well up there for damaging winds and hail. That's the main threat, and actually, where there was a little hatch risk for hail as well, that went all the way through like just to the north of Greenville and Spartanburg. So that hatch risk 2%. A 10% risk of getting 2-inch in diameter hail for places just to the north of Greenville and Spartanburg, but seems like that risk right now is partially pretty much over. Going into our model. Let's go and look at the model right now. Time is in the top right corner of your screen. Make sure you go in and look at that. As you continue all the way towards 1 o'clock in the morning, showers and downpours going on inside the upstate as well as the Midlands, as well as going down towards the PD region. Is around 5 o'clock in the morning, and this is the severe weather that we could potentially be looking at. 5 o'clock in the morning all the way down towards the PD region, not quite making it into the low country as much at all. And as you continue this forward as well, severe weather obviously possible tomorrow as well. You see these isolated storms popping up. That goes through. We start to actually see some action inside the low country of South Carolina by around 6 to 7 p.m. and even going all the way to 12 o'clock in the morning, and then another rain shield coming by goes all the way into 8 a.m. on Saturday, and then this is 2 p.m. on Saturday right here, still looking at some rainfall activity, Midlands, low country as well. So we do have some rainfall that will continue, and that's partially why we'll see a flooding threat. Speaking of flooding, excessive rainfall. This is also another big deal as we go on, start off tonight, nothing for tonight, but tomorrow, marginal risk of excessive rainfall down there for the low country of South Carolina, towards Charleston and Hilton Head Island and even Walterboro, Ridgeland, and Beaufort as well. This is day 3. This is Saturday. Orangeburg, Somerville, Charleston, Walter Road down towards Hilton Head Island. Again, all these regions inside of a marginal risk of excessive rainfall. That's for some minor flooding or a 5% risk of flash flooding. And then we're still not done. This is Sunday right here. Sunday, May the 11th, 2025. We do have a marginal risk that goes from Greenville all the way down towards the coastal regions, and we also do have a little slight risk here, right here on the border of Georgia and South Carolina as well. And then we have day 5 as well, which is probably the biggest days in terms of any sort of excessive rainfall. Slight risk covering the entire state of South Carolina. It's been a long time since we've seen a slight risk of excessive rainfall take on the entire state of South Carolina. But places like Greenville, Columbia, pretty much the entire state, I don't even know why I'm naming out locations, is inside of a slight risk of excessive rainfall. That is a 15% risk of receiving flash flooding. Now, it seems low, but you honestly would be surprised, and we're only 5 days out, so things will change. Things will change. Let's go on now and go into our long-term future. We're going to start, obviously, into May the 11th. This is Sunday right here. You can just continue this forward, and there's May 12th, 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, probably raining throughout pretty much most of the state. Look at the afternoon. This is 2 o'clock p.m. on Monday. Just raining heavily throughout pretty much all of the state on May the 12th. May the 13th comes in, still raining. May the 14th comes in, still raining. The 15th comes in, still raining. The 16th comes in, still raining. The 17th comes in. The 18th comes in, still raining. And just, we could possibly see rain every day inside the state from now through the next 10 to 11 days until finally May the 20th to around the 21st, the 22nd. Finally, we see some relief. So if you are planning to get any outside work done, it might be a little bit of a time, because I said earlier this week, if you wanted to get any sort of outside work done, I said do it earlier. So I hope that you got that done, like I asked. And just as you continue, all the way through May the 24th. As you go on into your total accumulated precipitation overall, this is around 2 to around 6 inches, maybe even a bit more than that. But that goes into, obviously, the next 300 to 400 hours. I do want to look at the actual forecast from the National Weather Service, or the Weather Prediction Center, and see what they said as well going into the next 7 days. Their thing is a bit different. It's a bit different. Here it is right here. You can see it's around 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches up here in the upstate, and then 5 inches low country of South Carolina, 4 inches over here near Myrtle Beach. And so there is definitely some changes that are going to be made, but let's go through the next 7 days. What I went through is the next 400 hours. That's that's a long time all the way. That's around 2 weeks, maybe a bit longer than 2 weeks. Right there. And so, it's definitely different. But I think they do have a lot more rain falling in a shorter period of time than what the model that we just showed did. But that's it in terms of our excessive rainfall and our long-term future. Really just the main thing is definitely, like I said, the rainfall and the flash flooding that's about to occur. In terms of a fire update, I don't really think there's too much going on. We haven't checked this in a good minute now. We had this little fire over here inside of Berkeley County. It's pretty much it's taken care of over there in Nexton. It was around 4.5 acres. And then, other than that, that's pretty much the only one that I saw that's really going on right now. As you continue on through, let's go on and talk with the audience. The crazy score, we'll talk about that in just a second, but I do want to go on and talk to the audience now. So here we go right here. As you go on and look, if you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time and subscribing to the channels. I don't think it has quite made the switch over to subscriber only yet, but if it's not now, then it definitely will be by tomorrow. Here we go right here. Terrell says, hi, Joseph, hello to you. My cousin Thad says, good evening, Joseph, I trust all is well with you. We are getting a little shower now. I did actually check, because I checked San Antonio before we started, and I did see you all were getting some light rain over there. And then my nan says, hey, Jay, I did not get the yard completed. Well, there hopefully will be some dry patches to where you can go and get it done maybe tomorrow morning. If you get up early enough, you maybe could get it done. So I would plan on that as well. Also, I'm going to assume the phone's working fine. Because you probably wouldn't even make it here if it wasn't giving you all those ads. But, that's it there. And, let's go on now and talk about San Antonio, Raleigh, and Philadelphia, and then we'll talk about the crazy score for South Carolina. So looking at this first, San Antonio first, low temperatures tonight 66, high temperatures tomorrow at around 85. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 63. No precipitation expected tomorrow, but tonight showers are likely, and you're probably already seeing it by now. Going on to your Raleigh forecast. Low temperatures tonight at around 66. High temperatures tomorrow 85. Low temperatures tomorrow night at around 63. And then as you continue all the way through as well into Philadelphia, low temperatures tonight 62. High temperatures tomorrow 80. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 53 as well. And so precipitation tonight, thunderstorms are likely. And then showers are likely tomorrow, as well as a chance of shower going into tomorrow night. And so we do have some severe weather for these locations as well. Starting off with Texas first, San Antonio. San Antonio is under a marginal risk of severe weather for tonight. That's mainly for wind and hail, isolated wind and hail threat. Going on now to Raleigh. Raleigh's under a chance for some severe weather. 5% risk of damaging winds and 5% chance of damaging hail, as well as tomorrow. 5% risk of damaging winds, 5% chance of damaging hail, and that's it there. And then going into Philadelphia, no severe weather is going on for pretty much the next 7 to 8 days, unless something will change. Which, some things probably will change. Going into our next little thing, excessive rainfall. Excessive rainfall, as you can see right here. As we go on down here, I do believe Raleigh, yes, is under a marginal risk of excessive rainfall going into day 5, which is Monday. And then, so some minor flooding there. And then Philadelphia has a chance of some excessive rainfall as you go into tomorrow. And then past that, that's pretty much it there. So that's it in terms of severe weather. And then now let's go on and talk about the weather or the South Carolina crazy score. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, pretty much it's just a score that we use to go on and just see how crazy the weather is inside of South Carolina. And it 100% is getting hot. Is getting like around a high intensity score, as it is right now at a 70 in the strong category: strong storms, heavy wind, rain, snow, all that, but obviously not snow. But it is inside that category, and we are. That's verifiable. We do have a strong storm or a severe storm going on right now up there near Rock Hill, and strong storms could still go on tonight. So this is definitely warranted. No, I'm not going live tonight. It's not really that much of a big threat. It's only a slight risk, that 2 out of 5. But so I don't really think anything bad will happen. Like bad. If that makes sense. And then that's it in terms of that. Let's go on and talk about your entire U.S. What's going on throughout the entire United States, just news-wise. Widespread showers and thunderstorms producing heavy rainfall may bring flooding to southern Texas and parts of the northeastern U.S. tonight into Friday morning. Scattered severe thunderstorms with damaging wind gusts and large hail are expected over parts of the southern Appalachian and Rio Grande Valley of Texas and into Friday morning as well. Severe weather also going on. So we talked about South Carolina, Alabama, as well as some frost and some freezing going on in Michigan, and then also some flooding going on up there in southern Northeast. I'm pretty sure we talked about that. And then some fire weather up there in North Dakota. And that's it there. Nothing else inside the chat, so I'm going to assume that that's it for now. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Friday morning forecast update. Only one more day to go. The drought monitor for tonight, I didn't show it, but it's pretty much the exact same thing. What this drought monitor for sure is definitely going to go down as we get into next week, obviously. So, but again, we'll just see what happens as we go into next week. But nothing really changed from last week to this week in terms of the drought monitor. So, same areas, still under their same category. If you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button, make sure you go in and do so. Hit the share button as well. Share with all the people that you know. It's quicker than eating a bag of Lifesaver gummies. It's quicker than going on and getting a mint out of your purse. It's quicker than all that. Just go on, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's free. You just need to have an account. And if you want to chat inside the chat, you also have to subscribe to the channel as well. So I will be back tomorrow morning, your Friday morning forecast update. One more day to go, and it most likely will be a rainy one.